All right, run through the exterior on this real fast. Pretty straightforward. Overall, in pretty good shape. We do have some like light scratches along the plastics on the bumpers. On the sides, we have a couple little like scratches, but nothing is really something that the nail catches, so you might be able to buff them out. You'll see like little dings on the door like that. But overall, really good. Things that caught my eye, we have some scratching down here on that bumper there. Pretty common for these noses to get scrapes with low approach angles on some areas around here. Scratch here. And some chipping, right? So like our roads and stuff. So chipping on there. Windshield's in good shape. Everything else checks out really good. Tires are in great shape. They're 2022. Good all seasons. Michelin's always run really good. My dad's a huge fan of those. You can see here we still got cross hatching on the rear brakes, so they replaced rotors and did brakes, and then you got newer pads up there. I assume they turn the rotors. That's usually how that goes. With that weird funnel you saw in the back, this is one of those gasless, like no cap, so you just push it and it'll let you put it in there, and then it's supposed to seal itself and all that jazz. Trim's in really good shape. It doesn't have crossbars, so it doesn't look like there's ever been any kind of luggage or anything put on the top there. And then all the chrome still looks really, really good. Wheels don't have any curb rash or scuffing on them. They look really good still. It's pretty common in our area for those to be pretty beat up, so I'm actually impressed by that. When you walk up to this car, it does have these codes here. If you have the patience to program that, that's pretty handy sometimes if you're just outside and you want to walk up and grab something out of the car. So just things to keep an eye on. I did note that you got a little bit different shade on the silver here, so it might be signs of some work there. But everything looks pretty good for the most part. I did have note that there's like a little bit of a pull to the left, and then we did have in the engine bay, you'll see there's a little bit of damage to that core support there, and you can kind of see more of the scuffing when you look down on this. So just something to look into. I mean, the work looks pretty good. Doesn't have any weird sounds or anything that looks suspicious to me, but you know, just confirm if this has been wrecked or not, I guess. That's gonna stop there. All right, so this is gonna be your engine bay, 1.6 liter EcoBoost on here. These are direct injection. That tick you're hearing is the injectors firing. It's a good sound. We always like to hear that. A couple things I did notice on this. So it looks like this motor mount has been replaced. Down here looks like there's been some work. You can see here we got some rough creases and paint chipping. It should look like this, so very uniform, like creases, right? Not where one side's kind of bulged up over here and chipping, and then this wire was actually not seated all the way, and we do show some signs of rust. I would just make sure this hasn't been involved in an impact. Doesn't show like this has ever been worked on or anything like that. It just shows a little bit there. One thing I did notice is like we have a little bit of a different on gray here, so just double check. Make sure we don't have anything in here. Oil change freshly done. Coolant and everything's good. This is an electric steering rack, so that's something you won't have to worry about. I did note that the brake fluid is a little bit dark for my taste. It is the more neglected fluid on all cars, but we use it all day, every day. So just stay on top of that, and your performance should stay on top. Battery has been replaced. It's a newer battery in there. Just kind of clips into there. Airbox, we didn't check with it bolted in. We try not to disassemble the cars too much. But beyond that, engine bay looks really good. A lot of plastics up here in the front, but it all looks secure, nice and tidy. But I just want to, you know, make sure we get this addressed down here. Just check and see. Like, it looks like the work and everything's been done. The car does have a slight pull to the left, which I'll talk about more at a different point. But that's going to be our engine bay. All right, so this is going to be my mirror. We're going to use this to look under. I've been getting dripped on all day, so sorry about the marks. I always start here just to make sure we don't have anything sagging or hanging down. These belly pans are always known to be dragging. It's actually secured nicely. Doesn't seem wet or anything. We're going to move here to each lift point and just show, you know, under body and everything. All right, so this is on the driver's side. It's going to be your front lift point, and then this is going to be like where your subframe ties into the body. All looks really, really good here. We always follow down. We want to make sure we don't see any rust or bends Usually if they have like a mess up when they're lifting, it'll bend these tabs here and it'll open that weld there and cause some issues. This here, see the white on the muffler there is usually a shine of some moisture coming through there. That can start to be a rust spot that'll form on there, so keep an eye on that. Might get that addressed or coated. We're gonna go from the back. All right, so this is the main muffler. So the first one's like a pre-muffler, and then this is just the last one. This one is designed to have holes like that for the drain, so that doesn't worry me too much. Just keep an eye on that over time. Now you go above your tailpipe, you can see your floor pan, heat shield all in really good shape, and then use your rear suspension. All looks really good. Over here, same story. This car does look like it was in like a dirt road or something is where it lived. A lot of like dust crammed up in there. We're gonna move over to the lift point. All right, so this is the right rear or passenger rear. You see how there's a little bend in there? That's okay, that'll happen, but we just wanna make sure nothing crazier than that happens. Heat shielding for the fuel tank. The floor here looking really good. Front lift point, good shape. A little bit of dirt down in there. The lot that I was at was a dirt lot that I got this from. And your subframe all dry. That's good. That's what we like to see. All right, so this is going to be the interior portion. I always start off by looking at the wheel. So you have your audio controls and Bluetooth or voice commands. This is going to be your infotainment or information up here. Cruise control here. So cancel, resume, on, off, and then up, down. Works as intended. Our mileage is 64,421 at time of inspection. As far as features, automatic lights, fog lights. Do have memory seats on this. Auto, all 4 windows. And then you do have your auto climate control. This does have a backup camera. The trunk is open right now, so you're looking at the sky. This all works as intended. It's pretty cool. All right. It does have a CD player. It tried to eject. I don't have one to put in it. Heated seats work really good. Had to turn those off. And then sport mode with a shift function on here works as intended. We're gonna pause here. Oh, this is push button. We're gonna pause here and open up all the doors and just kind of blow it up. All right, so looking from the outside in, door cards are in really good shape. It does have black leather interior with like a light stitch. Overall pretty good shape. We do have a little bit of like a rip here, but pretty much it on the whole car. A little crack there. Power seats both sides. Remember, this does have memory seats. We do have WeatherTechs in the front, and then like the OEM one on this side, but not the other side. And then carpet underneath. Let me dig that out. In good shape. So they've had these mats in there pretty much the whole life, it seems. And then the back, same thing. Door cards in really good shape. Carpet mats on this one. Back seats don't look too used. They look honestly like they were just kind of here because the car had them. Center console deal here. Seat belts are in good shape, so it looks really good. Do have like a household plug-in down there. Show you here. So it's not like a normal plug, it's like a house plug. Just back there. And we're gonna pop over to the other side. All right, so on the passenger side, door cards in good shape. Seats as well. These do recline. I kind of have them at different levels so you can kind of tell. The back pockets are in good shape. They do both have this weird crease, like something was hanging from them for a long time. But beyond that, really good shape. Door card here on the driver or passenger front. Power seats here. A little bit of water in here because of the shape of the car and just the way everything is melting right now. Glove box on these things are huge. Really slow to open. And then that's gonna be pretty much it for the interior. All right, we're gonna be in the trunk or lift gate or rear hatch. Everything is so different nowadays. This is a power lift gate. I'll show you that function here at the end. It does have all weather back here, and then the carpet floor is pretty good. It does still have the funnel and jack and everything. Spare tire is a full height and so it's like a full size. So I mean, they are designed to get you where you're going, but this one you can at least put wherever on the car without having to worry about the all-wheel drive. That's always nice. I love that manufacturers starting to do that. All right, so we do have some light scratching on here. You can kind of feel it. It's nothing major. This speaker is in there and real. You can kind of see on here some more of those scuffs. Alright, and then right there, and then there are some marks on the headliner there too. So I don't know, hauling stuff, probably pulled the seats down, threw some stuff in, one of those things. Button here, a little worn, but still does what it's supposed to, no issue there. And then this closes up nicely. Alright, so this is going to be our code scan portion here. We always do a scan of all the modules here. We do have some faults here, but these are all stored codes. They're all like lost communication, low voltage basically. So this does have a new battery installed in it, so most likely these are all from the battery being replaced without there being some kind of power put to the computer at the same time. There is a way to do that, but at the same time most people don't. It's pretty unnecessary. As long as the car doesn't have any active faults, I don't see concerns here. The body control module and the doors, I have all the doors open right now, and apparently that sets codes. I didn't know that, so that's on me. We're gonna keep moving on. We're gonna go through our monitors here. Just a quick side note, I always look down here for our VIN. Make sure that matches what the VIN is on the vehicle anytime you're looking at stuff, just to make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. Alright, so this is going to be our monitor scanning. So basically, as you drive, your vehicle goes through a bunch of tests to make sure that everything checks out. It's reading each sensor, and it's supposed to measure whatever measurement within a certain parameter. If all checks out, you get green. If you ever get the gray circle, usually on newer cars, it's going to be tied in. So like your secondary air system will probably be tied into like your cat heating system and all that. It's just kind of overlapping and redundant these days, so they usually just have one system check it. Without any red X's, I don't see any cause for concern. Alright, so this is going to be our conclusion on this Ford Escape. Overall, 64,000 miles is pretty low mileage. It has had some work done on the vehicle. We did find some stuff on the left side, and like I did say, there is a little bit of pull under braking on the left, so just kind of get that looked at. Car has great power for what it is. Gets up and goes, kicks down, gets up to speed just fine. Cruise and everything works like it should. Does have a sport mode with a manual shift. Does exactly what it's supposed to. Really light scratching and some dings on the car, but paint's in pretty good shape overall. Well optioned vehicle. Tires in really good shape. They're more highway focused, but they are an all-season tire. So I mean, unless you're way out in the boonies, they should be pretty good for what you're doing. But if you get in that deeper stuff, they might not displace as much snow. But car drives really well. Good performance, braking, quiet inside, comfortable, and all the amenities work. The one thing I did say I might be fighting our ambient temperature out here because it's like 30 or less right now. And the AC is just not kicking on as cold. Typically your AC will like, oh hey, I need to kick on my compressor because the air isn't cold enough. I think the air is just too cold for it to kick that on. Defrost, it kicks on and does what it's supposed to. So overall, really good condition, great inspection. We're gonna stop there.